What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Stop right there.
And you have bad traits. You go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on that one, you chuck it on this one, you chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father, you chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister, you chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I hack things. It's what I do. Even if it's invasion of privacy. I keep people in their place. They may own the stump, but I flush it. I hack their phones, their bank accounts, their security, their porn. I hack the city to make it my bitch. This is Watch Dogs.
Dun dun dun.
Shut up.
Holy shit. So what?
Your email.
What about my email?
I hacked into your email and saw that you've been making false accusations about Watch Dogs.
What about Watch Dogs?
Don't try to toy with me, Zack.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck, please no. No. Stop. Please, for God's sakes.
Why did you do it? Why did you make all of those false accusations about it? Why did you say that Watch Dogs sucked?
Because it's not quite the game like I thought it was going to be.
Like what?
Like the Grand Theft Auto series. More specifically, Grand Theft Auto 5.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. It's not like Grand Theft Auto 5. It's not supposed to be like Grand Theft Auto 5. It's supposed to be its own fucking game. Overhyped fanboys. You know what? I'm going to enlighten you guys, you haters, why this game is not so bad. Including this fellow over here. Okay? Here we go. Watch Dogs is very much like a modern-day Assassin's Creed, with some elements of Grand Theft Auto obviously mixed in. In order to discover everything this game has to offer, you will unlock every legend on the map by hacking into CTOS towers throughout the entire game, which usually involves climbing, so it is very much like the viewpoints in Assassin's Creed. The driving is like how it is in Grand Theft Auto. A lot of people complained about the driving in this game, how weather doesn't affect anything or the lack of collision damage. My only problem with it really was the fact that you can't shoot while driving. Of course, it'd probably make things way too easy. After all, hacking is your main weapon in this game. You can hack traffic lights, road blockers, doors, and my favorite, steam pipes, as a way of taking down enemies in chases and evading any pursuers. Hacking is easily the best part about this whole game. It is so fucking fun. Before playing this game, I was very hesitant because I thought it would seem like one of those things that would turn into a gimmick, but it actually turned out very well. Fast and simple, with just a short hold of the X or A buttons. You can also hack cameras while taking cover on the battlefield, and use that to your maximum advantage. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to use hacking and stealth as much as possible in this game, because unfortunately, the shooting sucks. It's like every gun has way too much recoil. You shoot just one round out of an assault rifle, and you start aiming over everyone's heads. Until I got used to it, it felt almost as bad as Alpha Protocol. No joke. Also, I think the controls for taking cover and vaulting over are reversed. Since jump is usually the bottom button in video games, shouldn't the vaulting and climbing button be X instead of circle or A instead of B? And shouldn't the take cover button be circle instead of X or B instead of A? Since when is the bottom button take cover? After playing so many games that were completely the exact opposite, how the hell do you expect me to ever get used to this? But moving off topic for a little bit, I have a slight suspicion that this game actually has two different endings. I'm not 100% sure, but not in terms of cutscenes, but in dialogue, and what Aiden narrates at the very end. I'm not going to spoil anything, but if my suspicions are correct, it could have to do with your karma gauge and how people think of you, either being a good guy or a bad guy. When you're a good guy or vigilante, you will have less chance of civilians calling the cops on you. And if you do happen to have a negative karma thingy, there are always murder crimes happening frequently around the city, and you can use these to boost your karma. Problem is, these can get old pretty fast. They're all the same, and that's the big problem. Find the suspect before he kills the victim, or not. Chase after the victim and take him down. And there's no background tension music either, and they also run about as fast as you too, so sometimes it takes forever to catch them, and they can get very boring and repetitive. You can hack into people's phones around the street, eavesdrop on calls and texts, steal their money, their personal info, and even though I can't show it to you now because I've already done everything, eavesdrop in their own home, which I have to admit is pretty fucking sketchy. I can't believe you can do this in a game now. And all these privacy invasions are seemingly pointless. The very idea of doing this for no good reason just seems fucking sick. This game has an XP progression system, which I was shocked but also very pleased to see. This game is a fucking action RPG. That's right, I said it. You level up in this game. Take that, fucking Grand Theft Auto, and unlike most RPGs, the perks that you gain will change the flow of how you actually play the game, much like in Deus Ex Human Revolution, or the new Tomb Raider. I was so thankful of this. More action games need this feature. I didn't really touch the online portion, because to be honest, I didn't want to. After realizing that your online notoriety level resets to 0 when you turn off your online mode for practically no good reason, I decided to simply say fuck it and play most of it offline. Like, completely. Unplug the whole fucking internet from my PS3. I will try some online in a couple more days, and if it makes a bigger impact than what I think on the overall game, positive or negative, I may make an updated review or on an online mode review for you guys. To conclude, this game has just enough content to satisfy a $60 purchase without feeling like it's too much. It has that perfect amount of content and size without feeling completely tedious or repetitive. Although I would have preferred it if the countryside was just a little bigger. In content, this game is not too big, but not too small at the same time. There's also various activities and side games, including Cash Run and digital trips, which I have to admit are pretty freaking awesome. But it's weird, because when you're playing these cell phone minigames, you can see pedestrians walking in your area. Can they see you? And if so, do they even know what the hell you're doing? If they can't see all this digital shit like you can with all these Mario coins floating around and a bunch of space invaders popping out of fucking black holes, Aiden must look like one of those special kids who chases balloons around.
What in the fuck is he doing?
For the most part, everything works the way they're supposed to. I did come across a few small frame rate drops and a couple freezing issues throughout my 50 or so hour playthrough. Although I consider this a must play for Assassin's Creed or GTA fans such as myself, I can't really consider it a solid game. It has its problems from a technical standpoint. That I can't deny. Flawed, but fantastic is what I call this game. It may not be the game of the year that everyone thought it was going to turn out to be, and it isn't, but I still think it's pretty damn close. This will probably be on my top 10 games of the year for its unique concept. That much is certain. There are two things that I did forget to mention. One, I actually did try an online race once. I got like second place, but as it tried taking me back, my PS3 froze. I don't know if that had anything to do with servers, but all I know is I pressed the power button and it did the 3 beeps like it always does when it freezes. If there's any patches that they need to do, I suggest waiting on the whole online for like a month or so and just keep playing the single player. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be doing an online review of that or not. And the second thing, it's a con, but it's not too big of a deal, is the fact that Aiden can climb up ladders, but he can't climb back down them for some reason. So, I mean, because like if you try walking towards the top end of a ladder, you just end up falling off the edge. I mean, it's not too big of a deal, but if you climb a long enough ladder and you try getting down and there's no other way to get down, you might be screwed and you might fall to your death. So, and I don't think they can patch that, because in order to climb down, you would have to create an animation that shows Aiden climbing down the ladder, start to climb down the ladder. I don't know if that can be patched. I kind of doubt it, but yeah. Anyway, that was my review on Watch Dogs. Great game. Okay, it may not have been as great as everyone predicted it was going to turn out to be, but I mean, like, how good can a game get? I mean, like, it's like you kind of like, everyone expected this to be like this 10 out of 10 best game ever made phenomenon. The expectations were way too fucking high for this game. Okay, you compare this to like the average game, and this is God, because it's so fun, and the hacking has its own unique feel to it, even if it's simplistic. You know, if you think this game is terrible, you don't know what a terrible game is. So yeah, just really give it a shot. Lower your expectations for this game. I mean, really, lower it. Like, from a 10 to like an 8. Okay? It's open world. It's not like GTA. It's actually more like Assassin's Creed. And it's Ubisoft. Ubisoft does not have that same quality that like Rockstar games or Naughty Dog delivers. You know, they're great games, but they're not like, they don't deliver that AAA feel. So you shouldn't have expected a AAA feel. You should have expected a very, very, very above average video game. That's very satisfying. You know, it has its ups, it has its downs. But at the end of the day, I consider this a must-have, especially for Assassin's Creed and GTA players. I've already mentioned this before in my review. I'm trying to emphasize it as much as possible. If you loved Assassin's Creed and if you like GTA, you'll most likely like this game. And so my final score for Watch Dogs is an 8.5 out of 10. Alright? I'm actually talking to you too, Zack, alright? Now, after everything I've mentioned, have I convinced you that this game is not a piece of shit? Is this game satisfying, and is it worthwhile of your $60 asking price?
Sounds like it's worth a shot to me.
I know, right? I mean, like,
Maybe I should.
yeah, and plus, you have to, play through everything to get the whole feel of it. You can't just play like 2 hours of it and then automatically say this game is crap just because you're not really used to it yet. You have to give it, a good chance. Anyway, you're free to go.
Okay.
As long as you stop spreading false rumors around. Just play this game, and if you don't like it, that's okay, because that's your opinion. I just don't talk. Just don't talk about it when you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Okay?
Okay.
Alright? You gotta play it first, and then you can talk shit about it. Play through it first. Alright. Alright? And he thinks he needs a vacation. Ha! The gamer gods fail!